The lights of Los Angeles were still bright that night, but something felt painfully dim behind the walls of a private hospital near Beverly Hills. Whispers had already started to circulate online. Jungkook was rushed to an American hospital. Within hours, the news reached every corner of the world. But no one, not even HYB's tight-lipped security, could stop the wave of fear spreading among millions of armies. What had really happened? And why did Jin, usually calm and composed, suddenly break down in tears when he saw him? It began silently. Sources close to the group revealed that Jungkook had complained of extreme fatigue during a rehearsal session in Los Angeles, where BTS members were rumored to be preparing for a surprise reunion event. But what started as mild exhaustion quickly escalated into something the medical team refused to take lightly. Within minutes, a private ambulance was called. Cameras were kept away. The scene was quiet, too quiet, until someone whispered Jin's name. He arrived not long after, escorted by 2 staff members, his face pale and eyes trembling with disbelief. Is he conscious? Jin's voice was barely audible, a mix of hope and fear. The nurse didn't answer immediately, and that silence was enough to make Jin's composure crumble. He pressed his hand against the wall, his shoulders shaking as tears began to fall. Those who witnessed the moment said it wasn't just sadness, it was heartbreak. Jin had seen Jungkook through injuries, exhaustion, and pressure, but this time, something about the atmosphere felt heavier. Almost as if something beyond anyone's control had struck. The question that fans now ask is haunting. What truly happened behind that hospital curtain? The official statement remains vague, citing severe fatigue and dehydration. But eyewitnesses described a more intense scene. Paramedics checking Jungkook's vitals repeatedly, one of them muttering something about heart rate irregularities. Was it true? No one knows for sure. But one thing became undeniable. Jin's emotional breakdown wasn't something the world was supposed to see, yet somehow it did. For the first time, cameras caught Jin leaving the hospital that night. His mask couldn't hide the redness around his eyes. He didn't wave, didn't speak, didn't even glance at the crowd waiting outside. He simply walked past, holding his phone tightly, perhaps waiting for an update, perhaps just praying silently. The image of that night, Jin's trembling hands, the flashing hospital sign, and the echo of ambulance sirens, has now become one of the most painful visuals for fans around the world. And now the world asks, where's Jungkook? After that night, no official photo or video has surfaced. HYBE has maintained its silence, releasing only a brief message asking fans to refrain from speculation. But that only deepened the mystery. Why hide him? Why cover the hospital name? Why does Jin refuse to speak about it, even when reporters caught him at the airport 2 days later? His only words were short, fragile, and trembling. He's strong. Please keep believing in him. Was it reassurance? Or fear disguised as hope? The emotional toll on Jin has been visible since. Those who attended his latest public appearance in New York described him as distant. His smile seemed forced, and at one point, he appeared lost in thought during a live event, pausing as though he remembered something he couldn't share. When the camera panned closer, he blinked rapidly, took a deep breath, and whispered, "Jungkook always gives his best." The audience fell silent. No one knew what to say. That one sentence carried a weight that no headline could describe. Could it be that Jungkook's condition is worse than fans have been told? Medical insiders who refused to be named hinted that his stay might extend, longer than expected. That phrase, vague yet chilling, sparked a wave of emotional messages online. Armies flooded social media with purple hearts, prayers, and promises to wait. Some even gathered outside the hospital area, leaving flowers, letters, and candles a sea of devotion glowing in the Los Angeles night. And amidst that emotional storm, Jin returned to the hospital once more. He came quietly, wearing all black, accompanied only by a bodyguard. But one fan's camera captured what seemed like a small folded letter in his hand. When asked about it, no one could confirm what it contained, but armies believe it was something only Jungkook would understand, perhaps a message of strength, perhaps an apology for not being there earlier. That single photo spread like wildfire, symbolizing the brotherhood that even illness couldn't break, but questions keep echoing. Was it exhaustion? Was it anxiety? Or something deeper, something medical that HYB is not ready to disclose? Doctors have neither confirmed nor denied the severity, yet the emotional reaction of Jin tells a story that facts cannot. When someone like Jin, who endured the hardest years of BTS's fame with stoic calm, breaks down in tears at a hospital door, the world knows it's not just minor fatigue. Something deeper happened that night, something that changed the air around them. Every moment since then has been filled with anxious waiting. Fans replay old clips of Jungkook laughing, singing, and teasing Jin, trying to hold on to that lighthearted version of him. But behind the nostalgia, there's a growing fear. What if this moment marks a turning point? What if the world has just witnessed the beginning of something none of them were prepared for? The silence from HYB is deafening. Their PR team released one more statement, calm, measured, but strangely detached. Jungkook is receiving the best medical care available in the United States. We ask for privacy and understanding during this time. But fans were quick to notice the missing detail. No mention of when he would return. No mention of stability. Only receiving care. The more they try to calm the storm, the louder the questions become. Where is Jungkook now? What did Jin see that made him cry? Why is everyone pretending everything is fine when it clearly isn't? As night falls again over Los Angeles, the hospital lights glow softly behind drawn curtains. Somewhere inside, a young man who once carried the weight of the world on his shoulders might be fighting his hardest battle yet. One that fame, success, and applause can't fix. And outside, his brother in arms, Jin, waits, silently, helplessly, hoping that when the door finally opens again, it will be to the sound of Jungkook's laughter, not another wave of heartbreak. Until then, the world watches. The fans refresh their screens every hour, searching for updates that never come. Every silence feels like an eternity. Every rumor feels like a warning. And amid all that uncertainty, one truth remains unshaken. Jin's tears told a story no press release could ever hide. So, what really happened that night? Was it exhaustion? Or something that will change everything we know about the golden magne of BTS? Only time will tell.